Rashad, why you
Anyway.
didn't hit me up?
What's up, Rashad? Hey, Rashad.
What's up, Rashad?
Thank you, Rashad.
Brother, I love you, brother.
What's up, Rashad? What it do, boy?
Hey, Rashad.
Top of the morning. Let's get this. Let's get there. What's up? My name is Rashad Molina. If you're on this channel, what's up? Yeah, man, let's get into it, bro. We don't have a lot of time, but we have a lot of topics. So yeah, let's do it, shall we? All right, we shall. First things first, man. The WNBA stars, KP, Kelsey Plum, Breonna Stewart, Stewie, they have written a letter acquired by ESPN. Shouts out to Alexa for getting this. Real journalism. To the WNBPA executive director, Terry Jackson, that expresses quote unquote serious concerns about how the Players Association is handling the current negotiations for a new collective bargaining agreement. Now, I've seen some players but kind of in the semifinals and stuff be like, no, we want to have a season. We want to play. Like, I'm like, oh man, y'all don't fold, because if you go and you rush into this thing, just so you could play this season, you're talking about, okay, quick and easy solution for 1 year. You get paid $1 million because they give you increased salaries. But the whole thing that you've been fighting for is pieces of the pie. And when you don't get a larger percentage of the pie, and the growth and the popularity and the sport continues to grow as it has, as you guys been selling out in Brooklyn, selling out in Philly, selling out in Miami for Unrivaled, a 3-on-3 league, an off-season league you're selling out for, that doesn't even have Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese has been eliminated, and Asia Wilson is not even in the league as well. You're going to want those percentages. You're going to want that 25% of what you're asking for, at least 25%. So, you know what I mean? So all I'm saying is stand back, stand tall, Proud Boys. All right, here we go. All right. WNBPA Executive Committee members, Kelsey Plum and Breonna Stewart, wrote a 3-page letter on Monday to the Players Union Executive Director, Terry Jackson, expressing quote-unquote serious concerns about how the PA is handling current negotiations for a new collective bargaining agreement, quote-unquote, including a lack of adequate player involvement in the process. Now, remember, I don't know if you guys know, but I ran into Asia Wilson at a Heat game maybe about a month ago, and I was like, yo, what about negotiations? She was like, I don't know. And I was like, how you feeling about it? Good, I guess. and then I think she said, I don't know. I was like, so what you thinking? Maybe like July y'all get a deal? She was like, you asking the wrong person. The players don't know. The players do not know. Like Tasha Cloud's at the table. She's giving us a lot of insight and stuff like that. But a lot of these players just do, like, they're still kind of in the clouds. So here we go. Here's the letter to Terry Jackson. Where are we at? In the private communication, which was obtained by ESPN on Tuesday by ESPN, my bad, Plum, the first vice president of the union, and Stewart, a vice president, requested, quote unquote, a change dynamic between our PA administrators and the players, and said, quote unquote, we do not feel like we have an adequate seat at the table in these negotiations. The union held a call with its players on Tuesday evening, according to sources, to address the issues raised by Stewart and Plum, as well as the results of the Players Association survey sent in recent days, polling players on their thoughts towards the league's latest CBA proposal. First thing, I also want to shout out my boy Chris Williamson. Chris Williamson is the one who sent me this last night. So thank you, Chris, because I fell asleep and I would have woke up just talking about some other stuff. So thank you, Chris, for sending this to me. I had to shout out my boy. The union declined to comment when reached by ESPN. Jackson shared the letter with the executive committee earlier on Tuesday. Sources said it is unclear whether the rest of the 7-player executive committee agrees with Plum and Stewart's sentiments on the WNBPA leadership, or whether they were informed before the letter was sent. Sources have indicated that some members are content with the union's handling of the negotiations. The letter was sent out nearly a week before the March 10th date the league gave to the WNBA last month to try to complete a long-term sheet for the new CBA. The 2026 regular season is scheduled to begin on May 8th, but before then, the league must hold a college draft currently scheduled for April 13th, a 2-team expansion draft, and free agency for more than 100 players. The letter starts with Plum and Stewart expressing, quote unquote, immense gratitude for Jackson's leadership of the Players Association over the past decade and the results she has garnered in that span, adding that they believe she wants what's best for the players, quote unquote, but we are frustrated that we have not made more progress as we near the March 10th deadline, Stewart and Plum continue, and we believe this is a result of the breakdown of the communication between you and the executive committee, and the players more broadly. Dun, 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 dun. The WNBA PA opted out of the previous CBA nearly 17 months ago. In October 2024, the negotiations have ramped up over the past 8 months. But Stewart and Plum say that they have been, quote unquote, privy to all of the details of the negotiations for less than 2 months, haven't seen a proposal in January, and that they've, quote unquote, repeatedly asked for more information from the PA staff, but have yet to receive it, quote unquote. Despite a year and a half of negotiations, we have not been meaningfully engaged, the letter read. The examples of the requested information include a detailed breakdown of the WNBA's expenses and revenue to understand, to best of our understanding, a comparative analysis between the potential losses players would face in the delayed or a strike-shortened season versus the potential gains achieved in the new CBA earned through continued negotiations, a clear description of how rookie salaries will be structured and how they will scale during the rookie contract, information on distributions from one team partners, a clear articulation of the executive committee's roles and responsibilities. Quote unquote, as we understand it, the executive committee's role is to help shape the overall goals and priorities of the CBA to serve as a bridge between your negotiating team and the broader membership, ultimately helping to secure player approval of any deal. They wrote, without access to the information requested above, the executive committee cannot fulfill this role, and the players cannot be expected to engage meaningfully in a process they have largely been excluded from. Stewart and Plum requested a meeting of the executive committee within 24 hours to discuss the requested information, which turned to be the all-player meeting. The two additionally expressed frustrations with how their concerns have been received by the Players Association, quote unquote. When we and other players have attempted to express concerns about the negotiations, we have been made to feel as though we're acting against the interests of the Players Association. The letter read, many other players across the league feel the same frustrations and have expressed them to us, but feel afraid or unable to speak out. Plum and Stewart said that this dynamic between the union administrators and players has, quote unquote, began to create unnecessary divisions at a time in which a united front and informed player body are essential to achieve maximum leverage. ESPN previously reported that there's been a strong debate within the executive committee within recent months over how to proceed in negotiations. With a split over willingness to hold out or take a deal in line with the league's latest proposal. In a player call last week, a source told ESPN that over half the player leadership reaffirmed its desire to keep a strike on the table. The WNBPA player body authorized the executive committee in December to call a strike, quote unquote, when necessary. Last week, ESPN reported that the players received revenue sharing payments for the first time in league history, and that the union will also divvy up any additional $9.25 million to players from licensing revenue generated in 2020 from jersey sales, trading cards, video games, and other merchandise. On Monday, before unrivaled semifinals, Plum told reporters that while the union should continue to negotiate a new CBA, she believes the offer that the WNBA has received from the WNBA so far reflects a quote-unquote significant win with this revenue sharing component, and that a quote-unquote strike would be the worst thing for both sides. Stewart later said that she agreed with her. The two echoed those beliefs in the same letter, saying that they are quote-unquote concerned about the impact that a standoff or work stoppage would have on the overall financial health of the league, and believe that it is time to begin negotiating off of the league's proposals when it comes to revenue sharing. Both players were clear in Monday's media availability that more negotiation is needed, and that the players said in the letter that they like to see the league, quote unquote, examine its expenses and identify meaningful ways to reduce the amount that those expenses are carried by the players at both the team and especially the league level. Other priorities they list include agreeing to a cap, quote unquote, that in expanding with revenue allows for sustainable roster construction where max players do not have to take cuts to ensure a robust middle class, a guaranteed housing model for all players, the abolition of the core rule, and meaningful benefits for retired players, quote unquote. We need to start having more pragmatic. We need to start being pragmatic in these negotiations and in how these decisions are being made, the letter read. Last week, nearly a dozen player agents sent a letter to Jackson expressing, quote unquote, our collective preference for transparency and coordinated communication moving forward in negotiations and the ability to review the league's current proposal. So this is something that I guess they've been expressing for a while. As you guys see, Kelsey and Stewie this time around, but they said last week dozens of players' agents also sent a letter to the Players Association and all those handling it up there up top, the business people. Hey, hold them all accountable. It's less than a week left to avoid a lockout. They've already postponed the deadline for months now. I believe the first deadline was like right after the season, which would have been like September, October-ish, maybe even November-ish. November at the latest, I remember, was the first postponement. That was hold on, Rashad, math. That was 4 months ago. That was 4 months ago at the earliest that they started all these postponements for a deadline to avoid a lockout, deadline to avoid. The players are obviously telling you through all of these postponements that they do not want a lockout. They don't want a lockout. They want to play. You want them to play. The momentum of women's basketball, the sport, and the league of the WNBA is moving at a rapid pace. They don't want to slow that down. They want to keep business booming, to continue to expand and maximize their earning opportunities. You aren't letting them do that. You're playing games. Why are you playing games? Because you're like, oh, just sit on your hands. They're going to fold eventually. And it looks like what it sounded like. The executives at the top who aren't communicating much with the players about the details of exactly what's going on, they're letting that happen. And the players, they're calling it out. And it was a private letter, but somehow it ended up in the hands of ESPN. I wonder who sent it to ESPN. but it's happened. And so they're putting the fire to the feet of the Players Association executive directors. And so hey, that's what's going on. Godspeed to them. I want to see basketball this season. I know y'all want to see basketball this season. Y'all want to see Flage. I want to see Flage and AZ Fudd in the league, see what teams they go to, see what they do at the next level. So the only way to do that, we just gotta wait. We just have to wait. Should I talk about this Jasmine Crockett thing? I have no idea about like what happened. I saw the guy running, right? And I was like, I've interviewed that dude before. And it's the pastor, bro. The pastor from Texas, from Dallas. The pastor from Dallas. Dang, she conceded 6 minutes ago. Dang, to James. Dang, this ain't even Buddy. This not remember Buddy that I was thinking about. The pastor from Dallas. He used to be the Rainbow Coalition guy. He used to be the head of Rainbow Coalition. Dang, we're about to take back Texas. Talaricio. Wow. What's his name? Frederick Haynes. Yeah, Frederick Haynes. Okay, so Frederick Haynes he's just doing her old job. Yeah, this was the guy. Like, I was like, I've interviewed him before and stuff like that. This is a guy, Frederick Haynes. Yeah, he cool people. Who is this? Isaac Benjamin. That is spam. But yeah. Frederick Haynes. He cool people. So he's doing her old job, and the job that she was going for, she lost to James Talarico. Dang. And she's calling for unity. And let me see. Do we have a like an official statement from her? Because she wasn't admitting it last night. She was like, we're gonna keep fighting. We're not gonna get none. So as long as they want, as they know they can win, even if it means cheating, then they will continue to do it. Who is they? She lost to a Democrat. Republicans cheated because another Democrat beat me. Okay, all right, whatever. Popped out of nowhere, and y'all think he's going to actively go against Republicans. I see a man with no passion to win this election because he was bought off by Republicans. Me watching James Talarico hit 98% on all markets, and Jasmine Crockett, people crash out. The idea that James Tallarico hasn't run on anything affirmative is not true. He's been running on a bunch of 80-20 issues like banning congressional stock trading, redistributing the wealth of with billionaires, and that's very popular. So State Representative James Tallarico won, huh? Color me surprised. Yo, Steve-O becoming a politician, like watching it slowly becomes, it's funny, dog. I ain't gonna lie, dog. Shouts out to Steve-O, man. That's disgusting. Paper towel. My bad, yo. Live TV. Congratulations to James Tallarico for an impressive victory in Texas. Thank you to Congresswoman Crockett for a hard-fought campaign. Nobody gets under Trump's skin more. Now let's go win Texas as a united Democratic Party. Yeah, James. The idea of Jasmine Crockett no longer being like an active politician is kind of like hard to grasp. That is something. I'm not gonna lie to you. Is there anything else with it? What's this?
County today at Harry Stone Recreation Center. I want to make it very clear that Harry Stone Recreation Center witnessed real life voter suppression in Dallas County today at Harry Stone Recreation Center. I want to make it very clear that Harry Stone Recreation Center nor staff had anything to do with what I witnessed. This is solely an issue with the Board of Elections, I believe. I was told by the poll workers that they were informed when they showed up to work the poll this morning that the location that they were at had been changed on the same day from being a location where both Democratic and Republican primaries could be voted on to a Republican-only location. The voters nor the workers were notified of this change prior to arriving at the recreation center to vote. The poll worker let me know that about 50% of the people who came to vote were not Republican only and had to be turned away. And so the chances of those Democratic primary voters going back to find another location to vote are slim to none. This whole thing is so shady.
Dang. So that was what somebody put up last night. And then Jasmine Crockett said, if you're in line, stay in line, you get to vote. Because this was after the like 7 p.m. deadline. She was like, just stay in line, just stay in line, stay in line. So 4 minutes ago, this is fresh, hot off the presses. Jasmine Crockett is spoken. This morning, I called James and congratulated him on becoming the Senate nominee. Texas is primed to turn blue, and we must remain united because this is bigger than one person. Dang, that's sad, man. This is about the future of all 30 million Texans and getting America back on track. With the primary behind us, Democrats must rally around our nominees and win. I'm committed to doing my part and continue working to elect Democrats up and down the ballot. I mean, she'll have what you call, she'll have pretty, like, she's a pretty big celebrity now in the political space. She's like a rock star, so she'll be able to do anything. She'll be all right with whether it be a media personality, this or that. But I know she really genuinely wants to fight. So we'll see what happens, man. And I got to shout out Frederick Haynes, man. Shout out Frederick Haynes. Like I said, I've interviewed him before. I don't think I uploaded it. So, he's not a friend of the channel. I had a weird like phone memory thing going on with it. But yeah, let me see.
Yeah, we got to do that. Because I recognize that we got to be pro-Israel. Yeah, we got to do that. Or we get in trouble. Well, I'm coming to get in trouble. Israel, and I'm going to quote Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter says that Israel is engaging in apartheid with Palestinians. And so the Palestinians who don't have the weaponry of Israel, the Palestinians don't have the financial backing from the United States that Israel has. And so they throw their rocks and shoot their arrows, and Israel is able to bomb them and kill them. Watch in the news the disparity between Palestinians being killed and Israelis being killed. It is totally unfair, but this country's going to stand on the side of apartheid because that's its track record. It stood by apartheid in South Africa because it created apartheid in this country.
Shout out Frederick Haynes, man. Like I said, like Buddy was the old Rainbow Push Coalition guy. Right after he was succeeding, the Reverend Jesse Jackson as he retired a couple years ago. And then he stepped down from the position, like after a couple months in, like after a half a year at the position. I don't know who the new Rainbow Push Coalition director is. I don't know if they were, You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Rainbow Push Coalition Director. Is there a new one now? Let me see. Founder, the Reverend Jesse Jackson. Oh, it's Yusef Jackson? Oh, the son. Okay. So it's the son. Oh, okay. So he took over last June after Frederick Haynes resigned. Yeah, but Frederick Haynes was good people though. Like when he resigned, I was like, dang, I wonder why he did. I wrote about it, but that was like as you guys see a couple years ago. I don't really remember what happened. But yeah, congratulations to him and his new position. Congratulations to what's his name? Talipro James. Shouts out to Tellerico. Shouts out to him as well. And we'll see what happens. I think Jasmine Crockett will be all right. It'll be interesting to see what she runs for in the future. And because this definitely isn't the end of her political career. She's kind of famous and a political rock star now. So this is what she's doing and this is what she's known for. All right. T.I. on King and the Money. Shouts out to Ebro. Shouts out to Rosenberg. Shouts out to Laura Styles, man. The independent show going crazy. They had T.I. in for an exclusive interview. They doing the dang thing, bro. They said we doing it independent. Oh my gosh. I love to see it, man. Y'all know I went on a whole rant about independent media and being independent and all that. Well, I don't know.
Now, are you enjoying seeing your sons step up to the moment? And the whole family kind of stuff.
No, I don't. I don't enjoy it. I do not. Simply because I've spent so much time trying to get this little nigga off the ledge.
Talking about King?
Yes. And now he has justifiable means to undo all of the teachings that I've been teaching.
Got it.
I do not like this. No, I do not enjoy it.
Now, Domani kept us cool. Domani's always cool.
What the fuck? What universe is this? You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, man, listen, man. I'm a logical, reasonable man of respect, bro. And I raise my children to be men of respect, logical, reasonable, and not to be emotional. And when I see King, how he moving, it's emotional. And I know, and me too, you know what I'm saying? Me too. You know, you drag the matriarch of our household into some nonsense. So the one thing that I am proud of out of all of this is that the women and children in our family see that it's a line of men.
I see.
That's here.
Right.
Against who the fuck ever. You know what I mean? And we're not here to defeat. Like, I don't give a damn about beating. I ain't here to defeat. I'm here to defend. You understand? I'm here to protect what's ours, what we built. Man, this shit is, man, I die in the street about this shit, man. This shit dead ass serious to me. This shit ain't no motherfucking game. I'm not playing.
Do you hit King when you see like him post a video? Do you immediately hit him and say anything?
I hit my forehead first. God damn. Like, bro, it's almost like I hate to see some shit going down, going to a direction where it's headed, but what the fuck can I do to stop it? Because I didn't send it there. I'm not the motherfucker that's directing. I ain't set the GPS, bro. The destination is the destination.
How do you turn it off though? Because you seem to have the ability to say, all right, this went too far. I'm not interested in this.
Right.
I'm going to focus in other direction. How do you turn it off? And you just haven't been able to instill that part into King, maybe? Or
man, to be honest with you, bro, I said that's enough. Really, I said that's enough when I seen that damn t-shirt. I said, man, this is enough. That's it.
Oh yeah.
I said, man, chill out, bro. Chill out. Because again, I'm big on treating people the way I want to be treated.
Right.
I don't be out here just doing unto others in ways I don't want to be done. And so I don't want to see my children doing others the way, but they like, man, this is in response.
Right.
I'm like, man, but it's over with. Let it go. Let the shit go, bro.
Dang, that's very what do you say? Like, what you say, like respectful of T.I. and reasonable too. Yeah, man. I think the whole when they go low, you go lower thing. It only lasts for so long. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, yeah, he talked about my mom, so I talked about the fact that his mom is no longer on earth. Like, you know, like how does it? Like, what is the end goal here? Is just you guys just keep talking about each other until it keeps getting disrespectful. If I could find my way myself out of jail without sending anybody else to jail, why not? When he did the Crime Stoppers commercial, which they talk about for 20 years, bro. You can't dig on someone's wife and people's mother and not respect any reaction. 50 took it up, and them boys took it higher than what 50 was expecting. King showed heart, but lines got crossed real quick. I don't know if he crossed the line, to be honest, because it's like, you talk about my mama, so I'm talking about your mama. And your mama just happens to no longer be alive. So, I mean, I thought what King did was crazy, and it was shock value for sure, but it made sense if you're talking about going tit for tat with what 50 did. So I mean, shouts out to T.I. though for speaking out, saying that he doesn't co-sign it. You know, he's kind of speaking as a responsible parent, you know, to be honest. So I don't know. We'll see where this thing goes. I think the whole thing ends with 50 continuing to dodge a versus with T.I. for some reason. I don't know why. Like 50 has enough hits, and he thought he was the king of New York. As soon as, you know, what's the clip? He called Jay-Z the king of New York. 50 went on the stage and started running all the way around and stuff like that during the performance. If 50 truly feels that way and he has all the hits and he's a legend that he is, why are you scared to go against the king of the South? That's the simple question. All right. You have to pay to go to the NAACP awards. Shouts out to Coleman Domingo. Shouts out to Roland Martin. I know some people, they don't like either one of the, well, a lot of people don't like Roland Martin and stuff, but they are friends of the channel. And, you know, so you see this, you know, all these fits. And, you know, like you said, it's always love at the NAACP awards. You see Tiana Taylor. And who is this with her? I can't really see. It looks kind of like Shirley Roth, but I know that isn't. You see all the elders, Snoop there. They allow Snoop in. Oh, no, that's Ryan Coogler. I was about to say they allow Snoop in. Tabitha Brown, Tab and Chance. Who that? Kendra G in the building. You know what I'm talking about? Issa Rae. Bro. Issa Rae waved and said hey to me 2 years ago, bro. I was like, I knew I was gonna make it in life, bro. When she said hey to me, shouts out to Issa Rae, one of my biggest inspirations in life, dog. I'll forever respect Issa Rae. Yeah, you got old, new, everybody, you know. And Kiki Palmer and that, Miss Pat and that thing, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And Dame Dash in the building. So the whole thing, bro. This is why I brought it up. Only the quote-unquote main category nominees get to walk the carpet. If you're a nominee of a lesser category, you have to pay to attend. Tickets to sit in the main orchestra cost $2,000, and that's a discount for being nominated. And even still then, you can't walk the carpet. I think that's crazy. I think all nominees should be able to walk the carpet. If it is too crowded and if it is too many people, if it's lesser, then have the lesser just walk the carpet earlier. You know, if the carpet is open, say from 3 to 5, right? And the award show is at 5:30 or 6, right? I think you should have a carpet, like a pre-show, like you know how the Grammys do, right? The Grammys have the non-televised part that airs live on YouTube every year. And that is a couple hours and stuff. And they make sure they announce every single Grammy. And then, you know, you have the main award show that has the main awards. So I think you should have the main people walk the carpet late, 3 to 5, the big one with all the cameras and stuff like that. And then the earlier one where there's less media. However, all of the nominees get to walk the carpet. All the nominees get in. I think $2,000 is pretty expensive for an award show. I don't think award shows should cost money. However, people in the comments make a good argument. The NAACP is a nonprofit organization. They do not just have the money to be throwing these fancy events and a week-long thing of events for elegance to celebrate Black excellence in Beverly Hills and the Hills every single year at these fancy, you know, venues and stuff like. They don't have that type of resources you would assume off top in 2026. So they have to get the money from somewhere. However, I also don't know if that's the way. Me personally, I just don't think that's the way. So that's how I feel about it, man. And they said for an award show with the slogan, "We see you," it would seem like only certain people's voices and their art get the privilege of being seen. I understand his frustration. Me personally, I'll take this as I just got to work harder. I'll be like, yeah, it's disrespectful because I get disrespected all the time. Like, I feel very disrespected on the entire wave of newer media people coming to the surface online, and they're advocating and they're platforming and they're promoting a lot of these artists, and they're getting a lot of attention for it, of the quote unquote up and coming rising artists, of artists I've been talking about for years at this point now. For artists that I was one of the first people to ever speak about them on the internet and media. Like, I feel disrespected for not even getting that credit. I do think I get my credit a little bit more in the women's basketball space. Like, people do give me that credit and they give me that salute and stuff like that. They give me that nod, like the people who know. But like in hip hop, I feel like I don't get a lot of that respect in hip hop media. So with that being said, just being overlooked and seeing people take credit for like stuff I've been saying for years, I just got to work harder. You just got to work harder. And once you work yourself to an area where people can't ignore you, like they don't see you, then, you know, things will get better. Hold on. Let me do this thing. Things will get better. So that's my advice for him. Like, I understand your frustration, you being disrespected and overlooked, but just work harder and work yourself to a position where they can't not have you on the carpet. Like, you worked your way to a level that they can't ignore you. I worked the Image Awards 1 year. It was pretty cool. It was a nice experience out there in Beverly Hills. And most of those people I did not know because I don't watch TV. I don't watch TV and I don't watch movies for real. So more than half of those people I did not know who walked the carpet. So, you know, I mean, they're famous to some people, but to me, I just do not know them. So I say all of that to say, you ain't got to be that famous to walk the carpet, but you work harder and, you know, continue to put out this quality work like you were nominated for, and you will one day be recognized for everything that you've done, man. Just put your head down, keep grinding. He said, "It is what it is. I'm glad there's at least a place where Black artists get their just due and deserve space. It's just unfortunate that the cost is putting down other quote unquote lesser artists simply because they're not famous and not creating a pathway to uplift other upcoming voices." This is a very, very solid point. Yeah, he said we were in an empty balcony row. We still had to pay for like peasants, spectators at a show we were nominated for. Yeah. Let me see. If the point of having a televised event is to promote the honor of the work of Black art, then it should not be to pit celebrity against local or grassroots facts. We understand that the main categories are part of the broadcast, but charging $2K to make it look like the Oscars is unnecessary. I agree with that. I agree with that too. But it's like, okay, do we just need to do more, you know what I'm saying, bring in more light to fundraising efforts for the NAACP to make sure that this award show looks as elegant and, you know what I mean, as classy as it does every year? Is it on us as Black people, as Black consumers, to make sure that we keep the NAACP awards as good as it needs to be? Just like the BET awards. Like, my mom, she kind of like pulling back the curtain. She didn't give me permission to say this, but my mom, she was like, why you want to go to a BET award? Why you make BET awards such a big deal? And it's like, because if I don't make it a big deal, who will? You know, I know what it meant for me growing up as a kid. So I continue to hold the BET awards in a high light and a high standard. And I say all that to say, like, we have to hold ourselves to this standard because nobody else is going to do it for us. So a part of protecting that is showing value in it. And how do you show value? There's no better way to show value to anything else than to put money behind it. So yeah, there's that. Okay, next thing. But what's his name? Hold on, let me get his name first. G-Share Aim. Shouts out to G-Share Aim, man. Hey, best of luck to you, my brother. You know what I mean? Here he is. You have until now, until February 13th, to watch the full 14-minute short film on the website for free. And when you're done, vote for us to secure our NAACP Image Award win. Yeah, hey, salute to this young man, bro. Hey, salute to him, dog. Hey, best of luck to you moving forward and stuff like that. Shouts out to Summer Drew, ATL, in the building, man. Shouts out to Anime. Shouts out to Dreamville. DreamCon, excuse me. You know what I'm saying? That's friends of the channel as well. Mark Phillips, RDC. Out. What happening? Out. All right. Next. Smoothie King. Y'all seen the whole thing with Smoothie King? So Smoothie King, there was a viral video of these Trump supporters and Smoothie King, and they were recording. They were like, they're refusing us service. And they were like, please have a good day. Please have a good day. Please have a good day. Because he had a Trump hoodie on. And she said, yep, I have the right to do that. Leave. And they were saying they're like, you got to serve us. And they're like, no, we don't. Like, it's not a necessity to have to serve you. And they were like, no, we're not doing it. And then eventually, after going back and forth, after being kind of rage baited, they went from have a good day, sir, have a good day, sir. Have a good day, sir, to like, you're the one who voted for Trump. And I think that's where they like messed up or whatever in the video. However, I watched the video from both the worker's perspective and the customer's perspective. They're trying to silence us, but we won't be silenced. I would say from what I saw is that just being on the internet, as you guys know, what are we at? 364 days? Goodness gracious. 364 days in a row of binging this internet stuff, right? I've learned and picked up from angles, perspectives, framing of these viral videos that more than likely these customers were instigating. They were gaslighting and they were rage baiting. And then they got their cameras out to continue to escalate the situation. Instead of just leaving, like they said, they continue to escalate this situation with their cameras out to record, to go viral. And it's unfortunate that Smoothie King took the customer side just to protect themselves. But hey, here we go.
Right, which is discrimination.
Yeah, we're at Smoothie King, and they're discriminating and saying we cannot get service because Jake has a Trump service on.
Okay, well,
So-
you said you were gonna leave, so please just have a great day and leave so we can continue what we're doing. Like, thank
We
you.
were just wanting a smoothie, and you literally looked at us, and I asked you if everything was okay. You said we don't feel comfortable serving you because of my husband's hoodie. That is discrimination.
Okay, well, have a great day. Like,
That is illegal.
that's illegal.
I said Trump discriminates us.
That has nothing to do with us wanting a smoothie.
Okay, but that's who you support. That's who you love. Though.
You
So,
don't,
go
but
ahead, have a
you
great day.
don't own this. You don't own Smoothie King.
You're gonna no longer have your job.
Literally. Like, I'm confused.
Hey.
Is this a joke?
Good luck maintaining your employment.
I don't care. Like, have a great day.
When
Get
your
out.
company is charged, yeah, you will.
So literally, Jake's wearing his hoodie. They would not serve us because Jake's wearing a Trump hoodie.
Like,
Talking about
are you not
discrimination?
embarrassed? Are you not embarrassed? That's embarrassing.
It is embarrassing.
That's for you.
No,
That's
what's embarrassing is that we're
job.
American citizens and I wanted to get a
It's not
smoothie.
embarrassing because my manager was here, she said the same thing to you. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying to you, okay?
But that's,
That's-
hey, you know that's a crime, right?
It's not though.
Discrimination
We
is a
have the
crime.
right to refuse service here, and that's what we
Not
did.
due to political views, though. Not due to
You
political
asked her what was
views.
wrong, and she said that she was
It's okay.
uncomfortable,
It's a
right or
crime.
wrong.
It's all right.
You asked the question, and she answered. Have a great day.
That's a
Have a
crime.
great day.
You know that's
The
a
door is
crime.
right there. Have a great day.
How embarrassing.
Have a great day. Call the police, okay?
Wow.
Discrimination.
Yeah, I am going to call the police.
That's a
Rage baited. So here it is. As a brand, Smoothie King is committed to ensuring our stores are a place free of discrimination of any kind, where every guest and team member is treated with care and respect. Following an investigation into an incident involving a guest who was refused service at a franchise location in Michigan yesterday, the franchise owner has taken immediate action, and the 2 employees involved are no longer with the business. They did that to protect themselves because he said, "We're going to sue you." They said, "Oh, you ain't suing me. I'm just a franchisee owner. I ain't the Smoothie King founder." Both the franchise owners and Smoothie King Corporate have reached out to the guests several times to apologize and will continue to follow up. The local owner is also taking further action and enforcing a mandatory refraining of all employees that outlines our guest experience standards. Yeah, this is weak from Smoothie King to do it. I think they're just doing this to protect their pockets, so they won't lose a lawsuit. But I think you should have your employees back, in my opinion. Like, if the employees feel uncomfortable from the customers and they are the only 2 employees in there, because if you know Smoothie King, you know them jokers got a max of 2 people in there at a time. They had 2 people in there. They felt uncomfortable. 2 women in there working at the same time by themselves. They felt uncomfortable about a man who came in there because of how he presented himself, and they were like, "Please, sir, we don't feel comfortable. Have a good day. Like, we don't want to serve you today." I don't know. And there was probably, like I said, knowing the internet, some more that happened before they started recording to this. I think you should have your employees back. I think Smoothie Kings knows that they should have had their employees back, but they had to for the optics and to not get sued and lose millions of dollars through legal action and stuff like that, that they had to fire them. and put out this statement. I think that's whack. They fired 2 black employees because they told them they were not service MAGA people who made them feel uncomfortable. Please stop buying from Smoothie King. There it is. And you know I love me a good acai bowl, bro. Like the little PB&J power-up bowls. Oh, man, I be loving them joints. And they be $12, $12, $13. Acai bowls be about $15, $20, $25. Oh, but at Smoothie King, you get a little nice compact PB&J power bowl. Jump be about $12, $13, boy. So it's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. Child, Smoothie King don't have to worry about me or any other partnerships when my companies had with them. Goodbye. Oh, there it is. The business owners are speaking, man. And she got a nice following, too. 26,000. She ain't going. So what y'all doing? Y'all leaving Smoothie King? Y'all keeping Smoothie King? How y'all feeling? Let me know in the comments. Yeah. Next thing's next. We're talking about business. Pinky Cole has trolled and responded about her being publicized about going bankrupt, filing for bankruptcy. She said, this was going on. She said what people think happens after you file bankruptcy. And she got the dog out with all our bags and stuff. You know what I mean? Leaving her extravagant mansion, walking around all the Bentleys and the Benzes and the Sprinter vans. The newest Atlanta housewife, Pinky Cole, she's waiting for her Uber to leave the neighborhood with all her bags. And it's great. She got a lot of money, dog. That's a lot of money, twin. All right, next thing next. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep this show on the road, shall we? Let's go back to Magic City. Luke Cornett. Shout out to Jason Dumas. Here it is. Luke Cornett talking about his decision.
What they desire. So
his decision, by the way, to call out Smoothie King. Lord have mercy. To call out the Atlanta Hawks for doing the Magic City Strip Club collaboration. D1 did a video about this, but I don't think he tweeted it. I think it's just on his Facebook. So let me go on Facebook to pull up D1's response as well. All right. D1. Okay, hold on. I'll play this video in the meantime so y'all have something to look at.
Yeah, that was it, honestly, personally, and I'm like not on social media and stuff, so like, there's not much other way to react. I know that there's obviously criticism in the other way, and I think it's good that we frankly just are able to open up the conversation to be able to, kind of sort that out in the public forum and just make sure that we're capable of having discussion.
I probably don't answer this question. Do you hear anything from the Hawks on that?
No, I haven't.
Obviously, during these times, speaking out on social issues as an athlete, it's kind of becoming few and farther between. There's just a lot of volatility, out there. What made you passionate about putting that in writing and standing on your morals?
I really just saw the statement last week, the announcement by the Hawks, and just in terms of the public voice as it pertained to, I feel like it didn't really represent what I know, myself and a lot of others throughout the NBA felt. So I think I did just, want to make sure that part of the discussion is expressed. And it comes with, people like criticism and stuff like that. And I think that's, part and parcel of why people might be hesitant to do so. But I think actually trying to get the conversation started and able to have is something that's important to be able to try to, help ensure that the league is kind of something that everyone is, wanting to represent and an environment that you want to have.
Has the league itself reached out to you, or have you heard from them?
Not really in the aftermath of it. Beforehand, I spoke with some people in the league just to kind of see what the status of it was, to make sure, I was kind of up to date on the situation. Since reaching out,
Okay, cool.
All right, so that's what Luke Cornett said following all the criticism. Like I said, I didn't disagree with what he said. I thought Joker made a valid point. I also think the people of Atlanta made valid points of you don't get it. Magic City has branded itself to be way beyond a strip club over the past decade, especially to the hoodies, the apparel line, to the restaurant, Magic City Kitchen. It's not just a strip club. However, beyond all of that, it's still a strip club. So here we go. D1. Uh-oh. Is the audio on Facebook just not on today? Hold on, let me see. Because it did this with Pinky Cole, but Pinky Cole has some music on hers. Dang, they don't let you do this on Facebook or something? Let me see. They don't...
Strip club.
Okay, here we go. Cool. D1.
You bringing a strip club themed night to an NBA game. The Atlanta Hawks are embarrassing themselves right now, and they're doing something so offensive to black people in the city of Atlanta because they feel like, man, they love strip clubs, they love Magic City Monday. We're gonna bring it to an NBA game that's gonna have kids there, there's gonna have youth basketball teams there, and youth from different church groups at the game. And you're gonna bring a strip club themed night to the NBA. Man, it took a white NBA player to come out and say, yo, this night need to be canceled. This seems like it's objectifying women. This man did a whole press release about the objectification and mistreatment of women in our society and asked for the night to be canceled. Where are the black players at who are offended by this, who want to speak up about it? Salute to homie though. But then you got 10 times as many of our people saying stuff like this. It's the best theme night in NBA history. Even some of our women, loud and proud, defending this type of night. Bro, we got to wake up at some point and realize how crazy we out here looking. To the Atlanta Hawks, you still have time to fix this. This night needs to be canceled. This is offensive to black people. This is offensive to the city of Atlanta. Regardless of how many people get hyped behind this, people get hyped behind ignorance all day, every day. You heard me? So don't think because you're seeing some online like, oh, people excited. No, man, this is foolishness. And the Atlanta Hawks should know better, and you can do better. Make sure y'all call 1-866-715-1500 and let the Atlanta Hawks ticket office know that y'all think this is extremely offensive, that they are promoting a strip club as an NBA themed night, and let them know you will not be supporting the Atlanta Hawks if they do not cancel this night, and let them know how offensive this is to the youth in this world, to the black people of Atlanta, to just humanity, period. This ain't cool at an NBA game. That ain't hip hop, no. That's hypocritical hop.
That ain't hip hop. That's hypocritical hop. Hypocritical hop. That's our only op. Yeah, hypocritical hop. What you say, D1? Shout out D1, man. Shout out New Orleans 504. Friend of the channel, obviously. Man, D. Want to silence us. All right, here we go. D1, man. Shouts out to D1, man. Friend of the channel, obviously. I agree. Like I said, my first reaction when I saw it was like, I feel like this is a mockery of black people to black people. It's like, oh yeah, that's what they do. Like Magic City is everything. I thought it was a mockery to black people. That was my first initial reaction. And I also don't like how black people like have like firearms, right? Firearms, like just ignorance, like, you know what I mean, just ignorant stuff, and be like, this is black culture, you wouldn't get it. Like, it's like, no, why does that have to be our culture, bro? That doesn't represent all black people, bro. Like, some black people, believe it or not, are nerds. Some black people like to watch anime all day. Some black people like to skateboard. Some people just like to chill. Some black people like to meditate. And like, why can't, you know? And then the thing that I saw, right, as an Atlanta Hawks response, I'm gonna skip down, right? I'm gonna skip down here to what's going on with the Hawks. Is the Hawks are literally doing this, like, I think the same month, right? Nobody's talking about this. This is a Renaissance Orchestra halftime performance from the Atlanta Hawks. These are elegant black people playing in an orchestra. Majority of this band, it's like 2 non-black people in this picture. Nobody's talking about this night. This is March 10th. This is before the Magic City Monday. Nobody's talking about this. Why is nobody talking about this, but everybody's talking about the Magic City and saying all that? Let's talk about the positive. However, ignorant and everything like that, it's going to get the clicks. It's going to get the attention. This is my response to it, of just like, we need more promotion of this. And this is also to go to all the people who talk about negative versus positive press, right? Because, as a member of the media, I speak on this. Like, it's obvious, bro. I don't know if you guys know it, but a lot of people are like, oh, the news is too negative. Why do we always, they ain't going to talk about this, though? Because whenever people talk about positive, it's not even that people don't do it. It's just, you talk about positive, usually 9 times out of 10, you're going to get about no views, 2 views, whatever, You talk about some negative drama, whatever, oh, boy, it's going all the way up. Why you think the shade room is the shade room? And they even call themselves the shade room. because negative always gets the attention. What just happened? Pelicans are signing Josh Udoro to a two-way deal from the Birmingham G League thing. Negative's always going to get the attention. So you see it right here. They announced a mostly black orchestra is performing at the Hawks game. This has 8,000, less than 9,000 views, 100 likes. The thing with Magic City has been talked about by millions and millions and millions around the country and around the world over the past couple of days. All right, now back to the Magic City negativity, right? Because that's what gets the clicks. Let's keep the lights on around here. Let's keep the lights on. Here's James Edwards' response. I've deleted like a million Luke Cornett tweets trying to find the proper words. In short, maybe take a stand on some of the you share the court with, as opposed to the women who choose to dance as a profession. And in his words, we should promote an atmosphere that is protective and respectful of the daughters, wives, sisters, mothers, partners that we know and love. I want to say this, bro. I want to say this. To anybody saying, "Oh, Rashad, why are you speaking out about this, but you don't speak out?" You can't use that argument with me. I'm the first one to call out Miles Bridges. I'm the first one to call out Kevin Porter Jr. I'm the first one to call out James Pierce Jr. I know that's a different sport. I do not care about any of these dudes who put their hands on women. I don't care how long it's been. You put your hands on a woman, you put your hands on a woman. That label is on you forever. There's no, the time went by and he played well, this and that. Nah, like wrong is wrong. Right is right. So I'm speaking out against it. I've spoken out against Miles Bridges, and I don't like the Magic City thing. I think it's too much of a fine line gray area there. I get it. I understand why the Hawks did it. And I understand why Atlanta people are saying you guys don't get it, but it just is what it is, man. It is what it is. All right, next thing. Al Horford. Al Horford co-signed it, and this was a big deal, and this was notable to me. 5 million views, because Al is one of the more known Hawks in Atlanta Hawks history. He left the Hawks on terrible terms, probably like almost the worst terms you could leave a franchise on. He went to the rival, the years-long playoff rivals that he had battles with and stuff like that. And the city got behind him because of his battles against said team. Then, as he joined, he said, "Oh, man, I always love their fan base, and their fans are always into the game. I always wanted to be a part of an atmosphere and a fan base like that." So he came back. Oh, Atlanta Hawks fans, they don't care. They're not in the game. They don't care. Oh, yeah. He got booed every single time he touched the ball. And that was the case for many years for Al Horford after he left Atlanta, because he just left Atlanta in such an ugly way, bro. And then he got called out for it. And then he tried to put in a half-hearted, couple paragraph. "Oh, Atlanta, I love you forever," this and that. Shout out to all the fans in the organization. Where Bazemore re-signed, right? And Bazemore, mediocre, bench role player and stuff like that. His thing was so heartfelt. It was a whole page. He had to probably buy a whole nother page just to put his statement on. "Atlanta forever, man. Y'all the only ones to give me a chance. I'm an underdog in this game. I was undrafted. Bouncing from team to team, and I felt like I finally had my foot in with the Atlanta Hawks." Like, that's Baze. Shout out to Baze, man. Real solid dude, like nice dude and stuff like that. Great with the media. But he just cared, bro, about the city and appreciated the fans. He went from team. He played for Golden State. He played with Steph Curry and the dynasty, and the rock star status that comes with Steph Curry on the road. He played for them, and he still appreciated Atlanta fans like they were the best fans in the world. He still appreciated the Hawks organization like it was the most professional and best ran organization in the league. Even if that wasn't the case, he still did it just to show gratitude. And what the city of Atlanta do? They appreciate it right back. It's just like New Orleans. New Orleans, you appreciate the city of New Orleans and you show that you care about New Orleans. New Orleans going to hug you, squeeze you tight, never let you go. You know what I mean? So it's just like, that's just how it is in the South in general. The South just needs you show some genuine love. The South, Southern hospitality is still very well and alive. So Al Horford left the Hawks terribly, and he hasn't spoken on the franchise in a decade. This is the first time that Al Horford has addressed anything Atlanta Hawks specific without being asked a question in a media scrum, in 10 years. Al Horford, you know better. And a lot of your skeletons came out the closet when you said this. I agree with what Luke Cornett said. I understand where he's coming from. I agree with what D1 is saying. But for Al Horford, you ain't said nothing about the Atlanta Hawks in 10 years. It's the first thing you say about the Atlanta Hawks. And people say, Al need his jersey retired and everything. Playing career-wise, yes, Al Horford has done enough for the Atlanta Hawks franchise to deserve a jersey retirement. But he left on sour terms, hasn't spoken about the franchise in 10 years. And the first words that come out his mouth about the franchise is this. Trae Young left the team, said it's no bad blood from the jump, appreciated the fans, appreciated the city, appreciated the franchise, came back, cried during his welcome back video and his standing ovation from the fans in State Farm Arena. A pretty good crowd for the Washington Wizards, who were obviously tanking at the time. And then he continued to tweet about it. Atlanta, man, I don't even have the words. I love y'all. Trae Young has cemented his spot in Atlanta Hawks history. Regardless of what team he plays for throughout his career, Trae Young is an Atlanta Hawk. That's stamped. Russell Westbrook is an OKC Thunder. Regardless how many teams he goes to, he is a member of the Thunder. Al Horford is not an Atlanta Hawk. How about that? You're not a Hawk, buddy. Because you continue to crap on the team, crap on the city, crap on the franchise, and act like it never happened. Al, you supposed to be a proponent of the Hawks. Like I said, I have no problem with what Luke Cornett said, the thing that you are, co-signing. I have no problem with what D1 is saying. I agree with what they said. But for you to say something, and this is the first thing you said about your franchise, the franchise is supposed to be your franchise, your home, the team that drafted you, the team that you watched grow from 38 wins to 50-plus wins and making the playoffs every year and being a perennial Eastern Conference contender. That team. I say this as someone to even pull the curtain back a little more. I ain't going to pull the curtain all the way back. 15 years old. Hold on. Let me go on my page. 15 years old. This kid right here, Rashad Milligan. What do you know about Al? Is that? I'm going to show you. Hold on. Give me a second now. Of how I feel about this Al Horford situation, man. Let me scroll down. Give me a second. It's going to take. I didn't even plan to talk about this and do this. But here we are. The world's on the paths and the wind has blown us in this direction. 10 years old. This guy right here, I was in Al Horford's basketball camp. Al Horford gave me an important shooting tip that improved my shooting forever. Said, keep your feet square with your shoulders. Give yourself some space. I was shooting with my feet together, trying to be like JJ Redick. He said, nah. Feet shoulder width, it gives you a lot more just kind of angle and everything like that. Ever since then, I started knocking down more jumpers. I appreciate Al for that. I appreciate Al for one of my first seasons covering the league. I was doing a stand-up outside the Celtics locker room. I said, Al Horford's back in Atlanta. And, he was like, cheering me on and stuff like that. And I said he was returned by boos and his family was laughing and was like, oh, whatever, dude. I appreciate Al. This is personal for me. But the way that you've left and the way that you've treated this organization in your city since you left has been despicable. It's been disgusting. It's been nasty. Nasty work, Al. And I once had so much respect and admiration and just like, I really rock with you, bro. Whole family rock with you. You've helped my family out in the city, you know what I mean? Which is another reason why it's crazy. My dad told me that you helped him. And now, oh man, this is the ain't of God. Your skeletons are coming out the closet, Al Horford, that you aren't perfect. What Luke said is not wrong. What D1 said is not wrong. And for you to agree with him, it necessarily on the surface level is not the wrong thing to say and to get behind. However, this being the first time you're talking about the Hawks in a decade is wrong. First time you ever spoke on the franchise in your former home, and your home, you still live in Atlanta. You still got a crib in Atlanta. You still got family in Georgia. For it to be something bad about the Hawks, I have a problem with. I take that personally. Because I love my city. I know I love my city. It's apparent I love my city. But this I cannot stand for, man. Al, you know you're wrong, bro. You know you're wrong, Al. Just know that. You know you're wrong. Here you go.
So they're
Word Dub. I thought Cornette was tripping at first, but the more I hear y'all talk about Magic City, like it's the King Center or a group home for the youth, the more I agree with him. Stop putting race in this. Strip clubs ain't our culture. And this from a dude who's been in Atlanta forever. This is what I agree with. I agree with it. People be like, it's the culture. It's the culture. No, it's the culture for a particular amount of black people. But like I said, everybody being Magic. Like it's NBA players, mayors, politicians, business people, like very serious people be in the suit in Magic City. So like it is like everyone be there and stuff like that. And it's grown way beyond the strip club. However, at its core, it's still a strip club. You can't just throw like Jordans, strip clubs, and firearms on black people and say this black culture. Like, stop it, bro. Stop it, bro. Because if you want to say this is black culture and say this is black culture, this is also black culture then. This is also black culture. Let's respect ourselves, bro. Let's continue to respect ourselves, man. This ain't no respectability politics. It's just real. It's just real, man. This is what it is. Let me see what this is. Strip clubs are not related to black culture, big dog. Here we go. So there it is. Let's go. Destination Smokehouse, tendonism.
Good morning. My name's Nick, and recently there's been a lot of conversations about Destination Smokehouse that don't fully represent our history or what we stand for. Today, I want to speak directly to our supporters about Walter Johnson and his involvement with Destination Smokehouse. Walter was never asked to leave. The application to register the trademark for tendonism was not filed without his knowledge. Walter was an early source of inspiration for me, and I've always been grateful for that. We've shared so many genuine moments together, talking about barbecue and bonding over the craft that we both love. These moments were filled with camaraderie and mutual respect. Today, I'm proud of Walter for having the courage to go after his own dreams. It takes heart. I respect anyone who chooses to build something of their own, and I wish him nothing but the best. The barbecue community is really small.
He's trying to protect his business because Keith Lee tried to give tendonism 4,000, right? Tried to give him 4,000, and he said, "I couldn't find on." And they said, "Give it to me. I'm gonna send it on." He said, "No, I'm gonna put it in hands on directly." And so they make the video. They say, if we knew that it was Keith Lee, we would have showed up. That's the whole point of Keith Lee. You're not supposed to know it's Keith Lee. You're supposed to treat customers right because you treat customers right as a part of the Keith Lee experience. And, oh, well, you know, if you want to send 4,000, why are you giving 4,000 to just tendonism? Why don't you split up the 4,000 and give me 1,000, give the manager 1,000, and give Walter 1,000, and give 1,000 to the employees to split up? Bruh. You can't choose where that man money go. He want to get that money to tendonism. So for you to go there, you were already showing signs right in front of our eyes on camera of jealousy. That Walter, Mr. Tendonism, the star of the thing, even though you getting all the money from tendonism, you showing signs that you jealous of him. Tendonism leave, he go up on his own. And now it's, oh, I always rooted for him. It's never no jealousy. I feel proud of him. Yeah, I would say the same thing too if I'm trying to keep my business in business.
Guys, we all know each other, and as small business owners, I feel it's our responsibility to support one another and celebrate the craft that brings people together through our food. It's always been about great food and the spirit of the community with barbecue, and that's what Destination Smokehouse will always stand for. We're grateful for the support of our guests and our team and the barbecue community. We will remain focused on moving forward with respect, positivity, and a shared purpose. Thank you, guys.
Shout out to Unc, man. Shout out to Mr. Tendonism, man. Let's go. Let's go. All right, he owns it. So he got the tendonism trademark.
Not a Destination Smokehouse. I'm with tendonism now.
Here I am today, Attorney Harris. Reached out, talked to me. We have a meeting. He's the original owner of tendonism.
Let me go 1.5.
And today, he said, well, I'm going to get the trademark to you. And here he is. Boy, look, Attorney Harris. Now you all know the appreciation. Things have been happening. God's good.
God is good. God is good.
It wouldn't have happened.
Yes, sir.
If it wasn't for you.
All the
And
time.
now look at it. Hey, family, see how we reach out and touch? Long time coming, but time is here.
Well, I just want to thank you all for all that you've done for the community. You are a magnificent inspiration to us. And it is time for our community to work together to do big things economically. And it is an absolute honor to begin the process of transferring those trademarks over to you because you deserve it, you created it, and you created something very, very special for our community. So, and then we're ready to roll. Let's go.
Hey, man, look at here. This tendonism, boy. I'm finna really y'all. You finna have some fun. I'm finna tender ride the United States. And I'll say one thing today. Booyah. My man. Right.
W tendonism, man. Come on now. Come on, trademark. Dang, I'm gonna have to pay him. Uh-oh. I hope I don't have to pay him because I said tendonism. Like when Paige trademark pistol Paige bucket, Paige buckets, she ain't trademark pistol Paige buckets. That's the nickname I gave her. But yeah, man. Shoot. Hey. I'm sweating. I hope I don't get no email. You owe us $10,000 because I ain't got it. Throwing thousands in with Drizzy. Difference is I'm throwing 4, he throwing 50. Lord forgive me, rapper saying you's a rapper. Ain't you supposed to tip more? I don't see no baby. Ain't you supposed to? Confessions of a cheat. Shout out J. Cole, man.
I'm a fan of the Golden State Warriors, and we're having a hard time. I mean, just a real hard time. And they got rid of Jonathan Kuminga, who is thriving in Atlanta. Thriving. And it's been said that the reason he's thriving in Atlanta is because he's in a system that allows him to thrive. At Golden State, he was not in a system that was designed for him to thrive. And so when I think about what I'm supposed to be about, why I'm in this race, I want to create, with your guidance, partnership, a system where more of us thrive, because we're not thriving economically, because the sad reality is, you know, wages are stagnant and it costs too much to live in this country. I'm a fan
That's
of
funny. That's funny. and you see how he brought it back too. You see how he brought it back too. Yeah, that's crazy. So Williamson, who Tyler Rigo used to rep in Dallas County, which Republicans caused a bunch of chaos, forcing the Democrat voters to vote at specific locations instead of countywide. Oh yeah. So they've been talking about the voter suppression. Oh, this is crazy. This flat out voter suppression designed to deny people the right to vote. So she's speaking up on behalf of Jasmine Crockett. Dang, I'm advising Larico or Jasmine Crockett. I'm telling them to appear together tonight, show unity, and call out for this clear attempt to suppress voters in Texas. Haynes is scrutiny anti-Israel and has criticized Israel on October 8th, so the very earliest. A big win for progressives and pro-Palestine advocates tonight in Texas. Shouts out to Frederick Haynes III, man. Shouts out to Buddy, man. All right, cool. Let's move on. Shouts out to Frederick Haynes, though, man. I like to talk to him again. And see like why he left Rainbow Push Coalition and what's his goals and vision as a politician now. Skilla Baby says he's found God now and is in the studio with Mary singer Erica Campbell. I love God. You don't love God? What's wrong with you? For the kids who don't know, this is the Mrs. Erica Campbell, gospel icon, Mary. Let me tell you how God worked. Certain things happened to me that led me to the church in California. Oh, hold on. Hey, hold on. solo. Do I have horns? I don't have no horns. I'm gonna just do this. Hold on now. Skilla Baby said, I found the church in California. Skilla Baby said, I found the church. Ain't Skilla Baby famous?
Mr. Thanksgiving, DJ Drama.
Don't Skilla Baby be out in public and people ask him to take photos? Yeah. So how can Skilla Baby find a church in California to attend as a famous person? Turns out, DDG, Kai Cenat, you can go to church indeed if you are famous. California, and he gave the name of his church. He said, so my fans want to pull up and come worship with me, you can. It turns out you can go to church if you are a famous person. I said, if Steph Curry can go to church, all these boys can go to church. But let's go. California Worship Center last year. I just felt like I needed God in my life, not knowing the pastor and the first lady were music legends. I just appreciated the word because it wasn't forced and I didn't feel judged. Long story short, they got me out of a dark place. I was feeling evil, and now we're family. I don't even think they know how much they helped me. Thank you, Erica Campbell. That's a beautiful thing, bro. That's a beautiful thing, man. Shouts out to Skilla Baby, man. Skilla Baby, a good dude too. Y'all know that my boy. That my boy for real, for real. That is my boy for real, for real. Skilla Baby, man. Man, okay. We nearing the end. We got 19 minutes left. So I'll probably end before then, but well, let's keep going. Mana Leo. Prayers up to Mana Leo. Speaking about prayer, man. Here's her statement. She said, I'm sorry, y'all. Hey, y'all. Unfortunately, due to a sudden medical emergency that required immediate surgery, I have to cancel my upcoming shows in Memphis and Dallas. I'm beyond New Orleans, Memphis, and New Orleans. I'm beyond disappointed, but right now I need to prioritize my health and recovery to prevent any further complications. I've been working really hard, 25 shows, and I give 110% for every single one. As for the rest of the tour, it's honestly going to be a day-to-day process. I'm listening to my doctors and taking it one step at a time. My main priority is getting better. We'll communicate any changes as soon as possible. If you had tickets for New Orleans or Memphis, full refunds will be available at your point of purchase. We are working on a rescheduled date and we'll announce them as soon as we can. The surgery went well and I'll be taking some time away while I'm recovering. To everyone who's been at the shows, screaming every word, wearing the merch, posting the videos, and making this incredible chapter, the most incredible chapter of my career so far, I love you. All my love, Leo. I don't give a for real. I'm really the for real. Putting you on. What'd you say? Putting you down. Huh. Leo putting it on. Huh. Leo put you down. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm upset about having to cancel my shows. All the non-blacks to the back, man. How about all the non-blacks to the back? Leo, man. The Don Julio at the Fulio. I'm upset about having to cancel my shows and did not expect this to happen. Yesterday, out of nowhere, I got a sharp pain in my lower abdomen. I took some pain meds, 2 hours. Went by, the pain got worse. I went to the ER and could hardly make it through the ultrasound without throwing up. The worst pain ever, for real. I had an inflamed cyst the size of a softball that was twisted and cut out blood flow and caused bleeding in my abdomen. I had to have an emergency surgery and unfortunately lost an ovary and a fallopian tube in the process. Oh my goodness. Jeez Louise. I'm still hospitalized here in Memphis, waiting to be released so I can go back home and recover. But I genuinely apologize for anyone inconvenience. I know travel to see y'all, to see me, buy outfits, pay for makeup, hair appointments, etc. None of that is lost on me, and I appreciate all the love and support from the bottom of my heart. We are currently sorting through the refund process and looking at rescheduling the dates as promised. I'm not sure how long this healing process will take. I do want to say this, though. Listen to your body when things are off. As a person who hates emergency rooms and never wants to go through, that could have been a lot worse. I love y'all lots. Wait up for me, as the pimp says, we'll be back better, bigger and better. I'm bigger and better for real. Better. when she did the freestyle, the Kai Cenat freestyle. Shout out Mafia Don, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Mona Leo, bro. But yeah, please get better, dog. Sharing this info to be transparent with those who truly support me. Context matters. I just wanted y'all to understand that I wouldn't abruptly cancel tour shows if it wasn't severe. Also, I truly care about y'all, and I know y'all care about my well-being. Nothing to hide. Life happens. I was supposed to interview Mona Leo like a few years ago, and it never happened. And this is when she was first like starting to buzz and stuff like that, like take the next steps in rap. And now she's like a huge megastar. I'm proud of her, and I wish the best for her, man, and her family, her kid, and you know what I'm saying, you know, her husband as well, for sure. Like, prayers up. Also taking this as an opportunity to tell y'all again, listen to your body. If something feels off, it is, all caps. So here we go. Next, we got 15 minutes. Rakai says he's not stupid. Oh, hold on. We lost. Trying to silence us. All right, here we go. Rakai. Let's go, Rakai.
Speed actually thinks I'm dumb. Like, Speed does think I'm actually dumb. Like, I'm not actually dumb, chat. I don't know, bro. But that's a Speed. And then also like Speed actually thinks I'm dumb. Like, Speed does think I'm actually dumb. Like, I'm not actually dumb, chat. I don't know, bro. But that's a Speed.
Hold on. I know I'm replaying the thing. I'm looking for another clip because your Rage was talking about. Your Rage responded to this directly. Let me see if I can find a clip of Rage talking about this, man. Rage was talking about this directly. Where you at? Here it is.
Rakai, bro. No cap. And yes, it is not clip farming. That nigga is as stupid as he appears to be, gang. That nigga is a dumb legit. I ain't even gonna care. Like, he's like, but it's like I feel like he needs like a big brother living with him or something to teach him shit or some shit, gang. Like, there's a lot of shit he just don't know. I'm sitting there like, yo, how do you not know that? Or why do you think this is? You feel me? Like, dead after those times, I feel like I'm teaching this nigga shit. I'm sitting there like talking to him and teaching him shit. I'm like, yo, blase, blase, blah. He's like, what? I'm like, what? He's like, huh? So Rakai, we spent some. We got closer.
Shout out Rage, man, friend of the channel, dog. Yo. It's funny he said he not actually like that, and everybody else would say yes, he's actually like this off camera.
Breeze past it, like damn.
No, I love Moose.
No, don't say you know it's me and then breeze past it, like damn.
No, I love Moose Mafia.
You do, but do you love me?
Of course, come on, man.
Okay, I like it.
You know, I was gonna say though, like, I know you just had a kid and shit, but when you try
5 months ago, what that mean?
Oh, okay.
5 months ago, it's crazy. 5 months ago is crazy.
I don't know really how it works. I don't know how.
No, don't say.
5 months ago is crazy, bro. 5 months ago, what that mean is insane, dog. All right, here we go, bro.
Drunk, that's so mean to say. That's so mean, literally. Even if I am drunk, that's so mean to say. It's not funny. That's so mean. That's so
did she
rude.
see me?
It's not
about
funny.
somebody that you actually fuck with, like.
Oh,
What is she doing?
no!
Degain, what are you doing?
Yo, the fuck? Yo.
What the fuck is happening? Degain, no!
Bitch.
Oh shit. Yo.
Where does it go? Where does it go?
Wait, hold on, get that away from me. Bro, put it over here.
I don't know what's going on. It's my third day out here. I don't know what's going on. Phantom, the director.
group you got. You know what I'm saying? So he say satellite and it spawns you in to take a chain.
Yeah.
What if you satellite him? He satellite you, pause, and you pull up, boom. He spawns
You
in.
made satellite pause now.
Satellite. What you doing, man? Satellite. Look, I don't know if it's your breath or that chain, but something's calling my name. Let me. Ain't your chain, bro? Who piece is that? That's what I'm saying. That's how you got my chain?
Yeah. Shout out Lareezy. Lareezy be dabbing. Like Lareezy still dabbing. And shout out Baby Rich for creating the dab, man.
And that's you.
All right, yeah. So that's behind the scenes. W Brotherhood, man. Talil's mad at Clover.
Yo, bro, Ray, next week, Ray going Brazil, bro.
What?
Next week, Ray going Brazil. Me and because
I'ma come.
yeah, bro. Next week, Ray going, bro.
I'ma come.
You, bro.
Clover Boy's going to Brazil.
You stay in America, bro. Every time you stay in America, bro, you know going Brazil, bro. You know going. What the fuck, bro? You know exploring the best country, bro. You understand me, bro? You every time in your life, you stay in America, bro. Come on, Brazil, bro. Yo, stop the bullshit, bitch.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Stop the bullshit.
I'm coming.
Okay, bro.
I'm coming. I love you.
Okay, love you too, bro. Good stream, bro.
Oh,
The best. Be safe.
Yo, you got it, yo. I'm not gonna lie.
Hold on.
I'm going. I don't give a fuck. I'm dead going. I don't give a fuck. I gotta go spend some time with that nigga. I got mad love for Tota, and he dead ass one of us, gang. If you ever, he's one of us.
Yeah, that's hilarious, bro. That's hilarious, man. They really do not be with them. Like Ray and Tota really be traveling the world. They never leave America. Talil calls Kai.
I might get 5 subs in the next 30 seconds. I'm gonna make that phone call. If somebody give next subs, if somebody give 5 subs in the next 30 seconds, I'm gonna make that phone call. I'll make that phone call. Hello?
What up, good?
Yo, what's up, KC?
I'm not Kyle, nigga.
Who's this?
It's me, little nigga. What up, son?
Dad?
What's up, nigga?
Oh my God!
I ain't something, little nigga. You got a 6-year phone.
Oh, stop.
My nigga, I'm trying to call the owner of Vivette. We fucking miss him. We haven't heard his voice. We keep just getting videos. We trying to get a quick little intimate phone call with one of the biggest. So why the fuck is that? Your name is constant at my phone.
Nigga, you stop smoking that weed.
I don't even smoke.
I know. That's why you bugging the fuck out. I'm trying to shoot the shit out of me. Nigga, took the gun and down.
I'm gonna call you back, man.
All right, okay.
This man Talil, bro. The W creative like desktop stream, bro. Shout out Talil, dog. That was a good desktop stuff.
That's really us. Cameron Paul, Zuri James, 2 stars. Look at that. Come, you talk to me. This is Cameron Paul, Zuri James, 2 stars. How y'all doing?
Good.
Is there anything I want to say to the chat?
W chat. Chat.
This is my, you gotta say, this is my blood family right here.
Hey, yo.
Where you going?
Where he kicked him.
You about to lower it? Now this a grown man. Spoil right now. Lower that?
Yeah.
That's really a
Yo, Zuri kicked him. Hey, shout out Zuri, man. Why is Layla trending? Layla drop? Let me see. Layla and KK Harvey, so I know what's going on. Oh, there's some other Layla. I'm thinking Layla about to drop. Who's Layla and who's KK? Who's Layla and KK? I don't know who that is. Anyways, you guys have a great day. My name is Rashad Milligan. If you're new to the channel, this is World of 10K subs, man. Stream. I really enjoyed this morning stream, man. We had a good crowd the whole time. People getting ready, waking up in the morning. I appreciate y'all starting off the day with me. If you're in America, if you're around other parts of the world and it's the middle of the day, I appreciate you too. Man, 364 days. I will be streaming tonight. Just because I streamed this morning, because I didn't stream last night. So I got it. This was making up for last night's stream. Yeah, man. But I'm live every single day or have original content on this page every single day like I have for the past 364 days. Tomorrow's a big day. I hope you guys enjoy it. Have a sensational day. Positivity, optimism. Keep your head up. Don't give up, because if you don't give up, you'll never fail. I'm sounding like my dad now. Until next time, have a good morning. Have a good afternoon. Have a good evening. Have a good night. Have a good day. If nobody else told you today, I care for you. Peace out.
Rashad, why you didn't hit me up? What's up, Rashad? Hey, Rashad.
What's up, Rashad?
Thank you, Rashad.
Brother, I love you, brother.
What's up, Rashad? What it do, boy?
Hey, Rashad.